Welcome to the ArianHelm Show. My name is ArianHelm. I am your hostess with the mostest, and like always, we are going to start off with Chatty Time. I want to send a very big congratulations to all of the draft picks this year for the NFL Draft 2019. The number one draft pick was Kyler Murray, and he is from Bedford, Texas. Shout out to Texas. We always doing it big, always. And he also makes history as the first athlete to be signed with both the NFL and the MLB as a first-round draft pick. Kyler, you better sprinkle that black boy magic. I love it. And also for the NFL draft, we had a fellow Texas State Bobcat, Keenan Brown. He is signed to the LA Rams, so shout out to you, a fellow Bobcat. That is major. Y'all go do big things in the NFL. Change history and make history, please. We need more representation of us in there, and not necessarily playing on the field, but us as in our voices and us as in making a change. Please use your voice and your platform wisely in the NFL. Also, unfortunately, John Singleton, he died at the age of 51. He was recently taken off of life support. He had been on there for about 2 weeks. So myself, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers as well, we grew up on his movies, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Boys in the Hood, Too Fast, Too Furious, Rosewood. Like, all of these are classics. Like, he did it for the culture. That's what we need. John Singleton became the first African American to be nominated in that category for Boys in the Hood for Best Producer, as well as the youngest. I want to send my condolences to his family, but he came and he gave purpose to this earth. And I think that is most important than anything, to leave a legacy and to leave purpose behind. At just the age of 24, he directed Boys in the Hood. Like, that is black boy magic within itself. So yes, my thoughts and my prayers are out for his family. I know that this is probably a very hard time for them, but we appreciate you, John Singleton, for everything that you have given us. Baby Boy will probably be on BET today for about 5 replays, as it always is, and we appreciate it. Now it's gonna make me appreciate the movie even more. So moving on, I was in class yesterday. I have a class called Management of Electronic Media, and we talk about networks, and we talk about media companies, and we basically talk about the behind the scenes of starting media companies, who runs them, just things, everything behind the scenes that we don't see on the TV that's being broadcasted. That's what we talk about in this class. So we were talking about how to start a media company. It's crazy because I did not want to go to class yesterday because y'all know it's Monday, and Mondays are very hard for me to get out the bed. But I did go to class, and I'm so thankful that I did, because I found out some interesting things. And I was just like, now wait a minute. Okay, now wait a minute. And it was just God speaking to me in a different way, and the God speaking to me and telling me, you need to do this. So let's talk about it. So I learned that 90% of American media is owned by 6 corporations. So basically all of the media and all of the channels and things like Fox and all of these different places, they are owned by 6 major companies. Now let me read them out to y'all. So they're owned by Comcast, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, AT&T, and CBS. And none of these are black owned. I raised my hand in class. It's only like 5 black people in the class. I raised my hand. I said, are any of these black owned? My professor said, no, they are not. It's disheartening because I know that none of these companies that I would potentially work for, they're not black owned. And none of them have black CEOs, black COOs. I want to own my own media company. I want to have a Disney. I want to have a Fox. I want to have a Viacom. I want to have that black owned media company. So to know that there is no black owned media companies, that's just going to make me go harder. I can't wait for y'all to see the Helm Network and what we have to offer. It's coming very soon. Very, very soon. And y'all know God, he has very interesting sense of humor. So on the way to class, I was listening to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, which is a podcast that I absolutely love. It's in my top 5 favorite podcasts, and it's by Jay Jones. So y'all go follow him on his Instagram to get updates on the podcast and updates on himself. He has some very good content that he posts on his Instagram. It is Jay Jones, the number 4 Reel. So y'all go follow him. It was episode 250 that I was listening to, entitled, "Do You Really Understand the Importance of Black Entrepreneurship as It Pertains to the Future?" And Jay talked about media companies and how most of them are not Black owned. And he also mentioned our representation in the media, which is very, very true. We are represented in the media as we all steal, kill, we're dangerous. Even back to segregation days, they would portray us as these animals. That's basically how they want to portray us, that we're just wild and unruly. And that is why, because we don't have anybody that represents us in the media that has this voice. Most people that are working for these media companies, they cannot say what they want to say because they are working for these CEOs who are not Black, who do not have our best interests. It's crazy to me because we have all of these media companies, I won't say any names, but they are all just promoting buffoonery and foolishness, ignorance. Like, why do we have all of these media companies and they're not doing anything to spread positivity or the right messages to our Black people? That is a problem. Like he was saying about BET, and he made a very good point. BET, they were known for videos. Y'all remember BET Uncut? I've mentioned it before. BET has such a big platform. We should have been learning so many different things on BET. There should have been programs about economics, about wealth. There could have been so many programs on BET that could have taught us something meaningful. But nonetheless, we had videos. And that's where the ArianHelm show, and that's where the Helm network that I am building, that's where I come into play. That's where I come in to educate our people and to tell people that it is more to life than music and sports. That is also going to be incorporated onto the Helm network. As a culture, I feel like we are so far behind, but we are so far up front. We create everything for everyone, but we still get the short end of the stick. Why is that? I want to challenge more media companies to use their platform to spread positivity and spread meaningful things. For example, why do we have so many celebrity gossip sites? Everyone's complaining about, oh, we don't have this platform. Well, we have celebrity gossip sites. That's disappointing. I just went off on a whole tangent, but yes. Y'all go check out the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. That is one of my top 5 podcasts. Actually, I'm going to do a show on all of the podcasts that I listen to. I listen to a solid good, 8. But I have a top 5 that I have to listen to every day. I can't go a day without listening to those. And his podcast is one of those. I share this information on Instagram often. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at ArianHelm. I talk about these things more in depth, but it's just really disheartening, the fact that we have no Black-owned media companies. And all of these major 6 that I just mentioned, they are buying all of these companies. When is someone that is going to hold it down for the culture? And that's period. So today on the ArianHelm show, I have the one and the only DJ Tureel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
And today is his birthday as well. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, so give us a little introduction to yourself. Who is DJ Tureel?
I'm from Houston, Texas. I just turned 23. I've been DJing for maybe going on about 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's been up for a little minute. I was going to Texas State about 4 years, but then I'm about to move to Atlanta, so I'm trying to take my career out there and grow out there with it and further it out there more.
So how would you say you developed your passion for DJing?
It was probably when I started, like I said, I started maybe 10 years ago. So around the time when I first started, I used to always be the one in school with MP3 players or an iPod and a speaker. And I always playing music off anything, my cell phone, anything. Like when the teacher would be in class, I heard put some music on until he came back or something like that. So it just evolved into eventually I had so much music in my computer and stuff like that. I finally just found a program. I'm into computers too, so I just found a program one day, and it was a DJ program, and I was just playing with it in my room every day. Then eventually I was just
that's it.
This is what I want to do for real. But I ain't think about it to the level that I am now, or even to where I want to be back then. I just thought about it first as just something like a hobby at first. But yeah, it just grew, and then I came to the state. And once I got to the state, I started doing parties. At first I was doing weddings. Just, weddings, family reunions, church events at first. Then I came to the state. I started doing, real parties, and it was, I was like, yeah, this is a different level. Like, this is where I'm trying to start going toward and building up to. So
that's why I remember my first DJ Tureel party. It was fall 2016. You sat the Al, you had to go all the way up them stairs.
Oh yeah,
that was great. That was greatness. So, do you have any like musical influences that kind of got you into DJing, or like who were some top artists that you love playing, like when you make your mixes?
Musical influence that got me into DJing was probably, I know when I first started DJing, I was looking toward my homeboy back in the 80s. His name was DJ McDaniels. He DJ for Don Tolliver now on Cactus Jack Records with Travis Scott. But when he first started, we from the same hood and everything. When he first started, I was always just watching him, going to his parties, and I was like, dang, like, yeah, this is where it's at for real, like, yeah. But then, like, so, like, from them origins, it'd probably be like B King, like, like throwing in like B King, like,
that was a good era.
Like, the B King, the Mo Gang, the Brick Gang, the DJ Show there. So I love always putting that in my mixes, going back to that. But like now, like today, like artists I throw in like prime time artists I want to throw in would probably be like. Probably like I'll make sure I play some Baby, the Baby, either or. I'll make sure I play some Gunna for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Some Glock, for sure. It's stuff everything want to hear. So yeah, stuff to keep the party going, the function going. So.
Did you know any like DJs growing up that kind of like influenced you or like gave you some tips or like helped you, build your brand that you have right now?
Growing up. Like I said, I was just looking toward McDaniels, DJ McDaniels. I never like really just came at him saying that I want to DJ, but I kind of just came up and then he seen, he like, oh, Snap, you DJ? And I'm like, yeah, I DJ now, but it was never like I was like really looking up to anyone or trying to get advice from someone as I was coming up. It was just like I said, I started as a hobby and I just kind of perfected like my hobby, and I just took the hobby to like. Just the real deal, like real deal.
Your brand, DJ Tureel. What was your first DJing job? Do you remember it? Like your very first DJing gig. Think back 10 years.
I'm trying to think, like 10 years ago, I was in like 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, so I want to say it was either my school dance.
Oh, that's loud.
Or my football game.
That's loud.
It was either or, because they used to have people come out and play music during the football game, during halftime and stuff, and like before the game. So either the dance or the football game, either or, I think.
So what's your favorite DJing job? Like, what is your, like, the best one you, like, as far as
every
parties, weddings, everything that you've done, what's your favorite one?
Dang.
Gotta think.
Favorite, the best gig I've ever had?
Yeah.
I want to say recently when I flew out to Charlotte to go DJ for YRN, because that was like a whole, like that's like the next level I want to go to. So that was like a whole new, like a eye-opener to like it kind of like I kind of felt like I was there, like almost there. So I was like, yeah, this is what I'm trying to get. So that was like a big eye-opener. So I kind of want to say that. But like as far as just like, out here, as I've been out here at Texas State, probably the best party I ever did or event I ever did out here was, I don't know, we went to Case and Floors in.
No, oh yeah, I heard about that. I think that was the year before me. That's loud.
Okay, no. The best party we ever had was my freshman year. I DJ'd at Capstone, and we threw that's how I came up. I used to always throw parties at Capstone. My friend, he used to have a house at Capstone, so every week, probably Sunday through Saturday, we throwing parties at his house. So it just came out to one day we threw a party, and it was like a party indoor. Like it started inside. It started like a little get together with a pregame, but out of nowhere it just became like everybody got the address and everybody started pulling up. So it became a party inside, and then they had to take like the whole party outside. It was like 3 or 4 beer pong tables outside. And then somebody, it was a 2-story house, somebody got drunk. He jumped up from like the 2nd floor.
So Project X type.
Yeah, and then jumped from the 2nd floor and jumped onto the beer pong table on some WWE wrestling stuff and broke all the tables. And I was like, yeah. That was one of the best ones. And it was a fight. They punched holes in the walls, and we kept turning up. Yeah, that party ended to like 4.
We need that Texas State back, y'all. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So you mentioned YRN. So tell us about that experience and how you got signed to the label initially, or how they found you.
When I first kind of got into contact with them, I went to Atlanta last summer. I want to say it's 2019. So yeah, summer 2018. Mm-hmm. I went to Atlanta that summer, and I was just out there just networking, just meeting different people, getting Instagrams, making connections, taking pictures of people and everything, uploading to my Instagram and stuff like that. And I've always kind of been the one, like when I see the opportunity, like with like maybe like an artist or a big name person, like I'm gonna for sure take the opportunity. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I was just like that. So one of the Migos artists is I want to say he's Quavo's. Yeah, he's Quavo's either Quavo's nephew or Offset's nephew, one of their nephews. But I reached out to. I thought I was DMing him, so I reached out to his DM and I got a reply, and I was like, "Whoa, like, hold on, like, what's going on? Like, he for sure, like, he just hit me back, like, this is the Migos people, like, for real." Mm-hmm. So he hit me back, and then I kind of find out. I started looking through Instagram some more. It's his manager. So I see, I hop on Instagram, seeing they talking about a tour, and I'm like, a tour, like, this is probably like my opportunity. You know, he hit me back and stuff. They probably need a DJ. So I hit him up, and I was like, you know, I DJ, and, you know, I've always wanted to, you know, go on tour, and, you know, this is the kind of stuff I want to get into. So even if I do have a DJ or not, you know, I still want to be a part of the experience like that. So I guess he kind of seen something from that, and he kind of you know gave in and was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna see about you a little bit. But then I kind of started referencing him to people that I was meeting back when I was in ATL last summer. And I was saying, you know, I met him, I met this person, I know this DJ and stuff like that. And they was like, oh yeah, that's my people, like that's people. So they was like, oh yeah, we locked in for sure, we good. So we kind of got like a little bond through that. And then I put up on them. So yeah, we got good through that. So then after that, I put up on them, like I said, in Charlotte to DJ for him. And then once I put up in Charlotte for him, it was just like from there on, it was good. So
that's wild. Yeah. That's wild. So like, what's one thing that you would say that you're known for as DJing? Like, what is one thing that sets you apart from other DJs in the world?
I want to say, people say that I guess it's the way, like I mix, like I just keep a mix and keep the energy like going. Mm-hmm. But I kind of want to say that like I said, what I always look back at, like the other, like the me, like that era, the B King era, it's like that. Like most DJs today they strong like on the immediate, like on the mainstream level. They don't throw in like the little stuff you need to, you know, keep the females happy, keep everybody happy and stuff. They just worried about, you know, the mainstream what's hot right now. And I'm the type of DJ, you know, I love the old stuff, so I'm gonna throw it back in there. Probably mix some stuff in there for the females, and the way I mix it in, a lot of people don't do it that way. So it's probably that's what I've been told a lot. So.
I still remember to this day when that first part I was talking to, when you had played Hold Up. I was like, wait a minute. When that dropped, I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking with the DJ. That's why that's iconic. Like, and I actually have heard other DJs start to, you know, do the little hold up.
Yeah.
So like, who is the one artist that you would just love to go on tour outside of YRN Migos? Like, what is one artist you would just like, yeah, I got to go on tour with them?
Man, before the Migos, I really wanted to go on, like, since high school. Like, I used to watch Wiz Khalifa and just I used to always wanted to go on tour with. But then yeah, for sure. Big KK. Yeah. But as I grew up, I started like wanting to go. Like I kind of want to go on tour with maybe. I haven't really thought about that too much, but like Young Thug, you know, Thug. I want to go on tour with Thug. I actually reached out to him at one point, and we kind of had some. I had something going with people, but I just kind of. I got in with the YRN thing, so I kind of felt bad from that. I want to go on tour with Thug. I want to go on tour with Future. Yeah, Future for sure. Future. I want to go on tour with Future. His concert be up there. His tour be up there.
Who has been like the most supportive of you becoming a DJ and your brand?
I want to say my mom's, cause at first, you know, she was always, you know, when I first started, they was the one, you know, to fund me from the beginning. Mm-hmm. They was behind from the beginning, from when I got my first setup, my first speakers. When I had to carry my speakers to the gigs, they was all they'd been with me since, you know, the jump. And still to this day, when I went to Atlanta, they was always hit me up every day, you know, keep my head straight. She would hit me up every day, keep my head straight. To this day, like right yesterday, I went back home yesterday. She was telling me, she gave me a whole little talk like, you got it, like for sure, like you right, you up there, you know, you still going. We been behind you for so long. Mm-hmm. So every time I feel like, you know, everybody else on some other stuff, she always, you know, back me up. So my mom for sure.
That's good. So I'm sorry, let me react to that. So do you have any advice for any upcoming DJs or anybody who wants to be a DJ? What would be one solid piece of advice that you would give them?
For any upcoming DJs, for any upcoming DJs that want to be a DJ, they want to get it, they want to come up the real way and not like the fugazi way.
The cloud way.
Yeah, the cloud way. Yeah, for sure. Because there's a whole lot of cloud chasing going on in this DJ shit right now.
In the world, period. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if you want to come up purebred, you want to like, you know, be yourself. You don't want to, you know, I ain't gonna say still mixes, like still other DJs, you know, kind of waves like that. But you really want to just, you know, get your head, you know, right, and you know where you going, and you don't want to like just follow. You don't want to follow anybody else in the game. Like DJ is really like your craft is what you doing. It's not like what the next man doing. So really, like don't even pay attention to the next man. Like when you DJing, just do what you doing. Like don't worry about what anybody else saying. Like yeah. So.
And where'd you get your name, DJ Tureel? Because it got an interesting spelling to it. So how did you come up with that?
Back in the MySpace era. This was maybe for sure about 10 years ago.
Well, we used
11, 12 years ago.
So wrong.
Yeah, spell everything so wrong. Too real, too bad, too red, too everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everybody used to be like, you know, it was like a little time. Everybody was like had the little two something in their name. It was like Shotty Too Bad or
I remember those days.
Stuff like that. So I think I had Too Real at one point. I used to be like Too Red. I changed my name from like Too Red at one point to Too something, and then I did Too Real at one point. But then I kept Too Real because Too Real was like for sure like Too Real, like as far as like being real. But then it was Too Reals for like the turntables, the two turntables, Too Reals, and then it was. I used to have one more meaning to it, but I forgot the other meaning. I forgot. It was like one more meaning. I had like a little thought, but I forgot about that.
Okay, so this is more so a question personally for myself. When are we gonna get some more SoundCloud mixes? Cause I mean those jobs back to Fort Worth.
I swear, before I pulled up, Cash Out told me, he was like, It feel like a mixed day right here. Like we were just chilling. We was in the crib chilling. I just woke up and he like, yeah, like we chilling right now. I feel like a mixed day. And I was just like, yeah. Matter of fact, like the speakers out at the time, and I was like, nah, I got the interview right now. I was like, nah, I can't do it. So yeah, man, I probably when I get back to this house, I'm gonna get the tables out and I'm gonna put the birthday mix up.
Yeah, we need one. We need that.
We gotta get something turned up to tonight for sure.
So, do you have a booking website for people to book you on, or how do people book you?
If you want to book me, you can go. You can get on my Twitter for sure. DJ _Tureel TUREEL. You can get it there. You can get it at my my email djtureel@gmail.com. If you know me, you can just hit my number or something like that. Or if you know anybody, they know me, you can get it them and they can just get it me. But anyway, like that.
It's that easy. Okay, well, thank you for coming on the ArianHelm Show. I really appreciate it. I wish you the best in your career in Atlanta, especially. So, shout out to you. Keep doing, good things for the black people and, good things for yourself. So, today for Know Your Rights, we're going to be talking about religious discrimination at work. Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act prohibits employers with 15 or more employees from discriminating on the basis of religion. State or local anti-discrimination laws may cover employers with fewer employees. If you work for a local, state, or federal government, additional legal protections may exist. So basically, you have the right to be free from religious harassment that creates a hostile work environment for you. If as your employer must provide a reasonable accommodation for your religious practices. An accommodation is not considered reasonable if it causes the employer an undue hardship. For example, compromises of safety or imposes significant cost. So if you feel that your religious rights are violated at work, you can file a complaint with the U.S. Equal Employee Opportunity Commission. You may also file a complaint with your state or local agency. Basically, your employer has no right to not respect your religion. So today for Not Rich But Wealthy, we will be talking about housing. Last week we talked about cars and how they depreciate their value after you drive them off the lot. So this week we're going to talk about housing and how to choose affordable housing so that all your money isn't just going towards your housing. It can go towards other things as well. So for most people, including myself, rent and mortgages are where most of our money goes. Within the 50% of people that use most of their wages to go towards housing or rent, if you keep housing to 30% of where your money goes, you are actually doing very well. That's actually very good. In 2015, more than 11 million U.S. households spent more than 50% of their income on rent. Now, y'all can see why that is a problem. Of course, the lower you keep your housing costs, the more you can focus on building wealth and saving as well. Usually, people are buying way more house than we need to. No one wants to live in a matchbox. But hey, we don't need to live in a big house when we're trying to save money. For example, it would not be smart of me to get a 3, 4, 5, 6 bedroom house as soon as I graduate. For me, a typical house would probably be 1 to 2 bedrooms. The more space I have, I'm going to have more things to fill it with, and that's just more money just being wasted. So yes, if you can cut down costs of your housing, the rent and the mortgage that you pay, that will help a lot with you saving money and eventually building that wealth that you want to build. A lot of the money that we're overspending on these houses, we could be saving to buy our own piece of property and make money. That's some tea. For Sign to Bring Real Music Back Records, I am highlighting a young lady named Makayla. I don't know much about her, but I was sent her video and I ended up following her music page as well. Sis is singing. She has a beautiful tone, beautiful tone. She looks very young. But y'all know the purpose of Sign to Bring Real Music Back Records is to highlight those who are gems, those who are diamonds in the rough, those who are underappreciated, those who are just singing. Y'all know I love talent. I love good vocalists. I love great vocals. So that is the purpose of this show. So I'm just here to present to you all these artists so that y'all can get onto them and y'all can be amazed just like I was at these talents and these voices. So let's get into it, Makayla.
All of my fears, they are gone. It's because I know who holds my future. My life is worth living just.
Come on, Makayla.
Because Jesus lives. Sleepless nights, but when I look around and I think things over, all my good days, yeah, they outweigh my bad days.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, and another yes to Makayla's voice. Yes, ma'am. Keep striving, keep working, and you are going to get there. I love your voice, girl. I'm going to tag her Instagram as well down below, as I do always, so that y'all can go check out more of her videos. And that's a wrap for episode 12. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We are almost at the end of season 1 of the ArianHelm Show. Oh my gosh! It seems so surreal, but I am so appreciative, and this is very humbling, and I'm very thankful of all of the support and all of the love and all the feedback that I have been getting from you all. It means so much to me. I almost cry at every time someone tells me something about my show, because, you know, this is my craft. This is what I'm working on. By any means am I anywhere near where I want to be with the show, with being a host. Y'all know this is my first time doing anything like this. This is my first time editing videos, my first time being in front of a camera, speaking and researching topics. Never in a million years did I think I'd be doing this. Even a year ago, I had no clue I would be doing this. It's amazing how God works with you when you decide you want to do amazing things in your life and you want to do better. That's all it took. I wanted to do better. I wanted to do amazing things in my career. Put those two things together, and hey, we got your hostess with the mostest. I started my show with 2 subscribers, and I'm currently at 136. I praise all small and big victories. That's a blessing to me. I want to thank God, of course, but you know, we still got a few more episodes to end this season. I got some wonderful guests coming up in the next few episodes, so y'all stay tuned for that. And please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those great things. Like always, I want you all to have a blessed week, and bye.